Viewers, we have visuals coming in of protests that are ongoing over the death of a student of Jadavpur University, a first-year student, a minor student who had only joined the college and the hostel 2 to 3 days before one evening last week, when he was found dead, having fallen from a second floor corridor parapet of the hostel building. Subsequent to that, in steps, the police has made arrests. It first arrested one ex-student, a student who had graduated but for some reason was still present and remained influential at the hostel of Jadavpur University. It then arrested 2 more, and now in the latest it's arrested 6.
है उसका सब लोग यूनिवर्सिटी आए हैं, मौन मिছিল करके हम लोग प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं। आप यहाँ पे थोड़ा जो अवस्थान कर रहा है, हमारा प्रोटेस्ट कर रहा है रैगिंग का। नॉट ओनली जादवपुर, हम चाहते हैं वेस्ट बंगाल, नॉट ओनली वेस्ट बंगाल, ऑल इंडिया समस्त कैंपस में रैगिंग बंद हो, रैगिंग के नाम पे अत्याचार बंद हो। हम लोग ये रैगिंग के विरुद्ध है। हम लोग चाहते हैं खूनी का दोषी का शास्ति हो, इसलिए हम लोग यहाँ पे आए हैं। सुब्रत बाग फ्रॉम बोगुला। एकदम सामने चलो।
Kishalai, this has turned into a very large protest against ragging. Can you tell us where the probe stands? What are the demands being made? I believe also, very importantly, since this issue and this death transpired, a number of other horrific ragging cases are also coming to light. People are speaking up.
Okay, the visuals which are the front of Jadavpur, and here the Ogula is the district where shop actually belong to Shopnari.
We'll bring you, Kishalai, with an update very shortly once we stabilize the phone line, but let's listen in. So you can see that there is a large protest ongoing against ragging. This is after a minor student was found dead at the Jadavpur University hostel in a condition that suggested, and subsequent to that, complaints were also registered that he had been ragged very badly. The State Human Rights Council and the National NHRC Human Rights Commission also have taken an interest in this case. The State Human Rights Council says that it should also be a case filed under the POCSO Act, because there is clearly an element of sexual harassment and assault, and that too to do with a minor at play here. Subsequent to that, and the Jadavpur University has come under the spotlight because there are claims that the deceased student had raised the ragging that he had experienced. He had tried to seek help, he had tried to seek intervention, but what the university did in response is something that is unclear. The university has also conducted its own internal investigation and it has submitted a report. We'll get you details also of that report. But this is turning into a movement against ragging. A number of students are now...
स्वप्नदीप हमारा स्टूडेंट था, क्लास 5 से 12 तक, वेरी इंटेलिजेंट, सॉफ्ट माइंडेड, नीट एंड क्लीन, फ्रेश स्टूडेंट था। मतलब अच्छा उनका बिहेव जो था वो अच्छा था, पोलाइट था, कभी किसी के साथ कोई कुछ झगड़ा।
Latest, and we have Kishalai now back with us. Kishalai, you were telling us about this protest and about the state of the probe. Please continue. We'll get him live. It's a pitched protest that is taking place, and you can see that students are out in very large numbers, and they have their placards with them. They're highlighting that they want an end to this kind of ragging. In the latest, in the death case, there have been 6 more arrests by the Kolkata police, taking the total number of arrests now to 9. It was on August the 10th that he had fallen from the hostel building. He had suffered grievous injuries and he had died during treatment the next day. There were evidences found that suggested that he had faced horrific sexual assault or harassment rather, and also the fact that he had written a number of complaints in just the few days that he had been at the university hostel. He had only been there, he was a fresher student and he had been there only for 3 days. He had also spoken to his parents and he had complained about how he was being put through ragging. The first arrest in the case was also of a postgraduate student who had passed out the previous year. So his presence and influence at the hostel is something that has come under question. Kishalai is now with us. Kishalai, over to you. Do tell us about this protest and the probe.
Well, exactly, Ankit. The visuals are live from Jadavpur University, and here is a protest against this particular incident which happened, and the people from Bogula, this particular student who died that day, he's from Bogula in Noida district, and people and residents from Bogula have come here to protest against the incident. We also have our senior editor Mayuk Ranjan Ghosh on the spot. I'll request the team if they can connect him as well from the spot. That will be good as well. Apart from that, the visuals which we are getting live from that particular spot, the rally is not only by the people of Bogula but also the common students of Jadavpur University. They are protesting against the ragging that happened that particular day, which led to this death. Also, accusations of sexual abuse to this particular student who died has come to fore. The police is investigating the matter. We were telling our viewers since morning that 6 more arrests were made today, and all of these 6 arrests were made after a long interrogation that happened day before yesterday night. 3 of the students who are arrested are right now studying in Jadavpur University, and 3 of the other students are ex-students of the university who left the university.
Kishala has just given us an update on the arrests that have been made. This is a protest that is ongoing by residents of the town from which the deceased student came, people, students also. We've seen this building up for some time. A number of cases of ragging are also now being reported. Students are talking about it. It's something that was not spoken about. Unfortunately, the students there, viewers, raising a call for justice. This is happening right now at the entrance of the electrical engineering department at Jadavpur University. The students are out in force. They want justice for the deceased first-year student who died at the hostel building just 3 days after he reached and he joined the college. We have Mayuk now joining us from the protest site. Mayuk, tell us their demand, what are they saying, and what is currently the state of the protest against the ragging and what ragging incidents have come to light?
Well, Ankit, primarily Jadavpur has turned into a hotbed of protests this morning. From morning, we have seen a lot of students. They are flocking the streets. They are protesting, coming out of their campuses. Right now, you are seeing visuals where students and neighbors, the villagers from the deceased students' family members, they have organized a protest march. They are going to the Vice Chancellor's office. They are going to the registrar's office, and they are going to submit a memorandum so that this protest, this investigation, this doesn't stop. No force can stop this investigation, and this investigation is expedited very fast. This investigation is completed. And on the other hand, the ruling Trinamool Congress and the Trinamool Congress-backed students, you can see they have also sat on the road. They are sitting on the road. They are also protesting. They are also protesting against the Jadavpur University students. You can see the students here right now, and this time we are getting all the students right now. We have Trinamool Congress youth leader Riju. Riju, what's this protest for?
This is protest against the death of a child in Jadavpur University, and obviously we are protesting against whatever is happening in Jadavpur University. We have got news that Jadavpur University, one of the premier institutions of the country, instead of education, everything else is going on inside there. All sorts of narcotic activities are happening there. All sorts of people with Naxalite links, people with Maoist links, they are coming and getting shelter in Jadavpur University. They are staying in the main hostel. So what we are basically saying is that we have some specific demands. Number one, outsiders should be prohibited from entering the campus. There should be CCTV installed in the campus immediately. The alumni who have passed out from Jadavpur University, who are already being arrested for doing all these Maoist or Naxalbadi activities inside Jadavpur campus, we want them to be thrown out of the campus immediately.
But Riju, don't you think this is too late after a death incident? Right now the Trinamool Congress, the ruling party, is on the street. Don't you think that it would have been earlier? Kolkata police would have entered earlier.
No, how will Kolkata police intervene inside Jadavpur campus? You need the permission. Because Jadavpur is an autonomous body, you need the permission to enter the campus. Couple of years ago, the VC of Jadavpur was gherraut for 48 hours. The police could not enter. That is why the Honorable Governor of West Bengal, who's been roaming around from pillar to post during the Panchayat polls, we are asking him, we are requesting him to give the administration a free hand so that the police can enter, because it is not only a matter of security for the students, it's a matter of state security now, because they have Maoist links of people who are staying inside the campus.
Well, big comment coming in from Trinamool Congress leader Riju Bosu. He's saying that Maoist links are there. It's not only a security concern for the Jadavpur University students, but also a security concern for the state also. So this is what is coming in from the ruling party. You can imagine what the opposition leaders are saying. So all the roads are leading to Jadavpur right now. You can see all the students are sitting here and they are protesting. On one hand, Trinamool Congress is protesting here right in front of the Jadavpur University engineering campus. On the other hand, BJP is also going to hold a protest march. They are also going to sit in Dharna. The BJP Dharna is going to start in another hour. The police officers here are maintaining tight distancing, so social distancing from each of the protests, because all the political parties have gathered here in Jadavpur area, and this can create a situation of heated arguments. So police is not taking any risk. They have already deployed 2 or 3 points where BJP is going to protest, where Trinamool Congress is going to protest, where the students are going to protest. Back to the studio, Ankit.
So, Mayuk, from what you're telling us, there are at least 3 protests taking place there. One is the students, the Trinamool and the BJP. Could you also tell us what is the BJP's angle to the protest? A question that arises is, is, if everyone is protesting for the students, why aren't they protesting together? And also, if you could tell us, did the hostels really turn into some kind of den for ex-students?
Well, the biggest allegation right now, Ankit, is that evidence may be tampered. Evidences which were kept in the hostel premises, those can be tampered, and the students are saying, the political parties are saying that it's high time that the police becomes proactive, the CID is called in. If necessary, the CBI investigation is called upon. The BJP leaders have already written to the Central Education Minister demanding CBI inquiry. Many of the artists and ex-Jadavpur University students, the alumni, they have also written and they have also demanded CBI inquiry. The basic thing is that Jadavpur needs to clean up. They are demanding clean up Jadavpur. Jadavpur is not in a good state right now in terms of security, in terms of CCTV coverage. There's no CCTV. Ankit, I just want to say one thing. On one hand, I'm standing here in Kolkata. It's a very prominent place called Jadavpur. In one hand, I'm standing here. The entire road is under the surveillance of CCTV. But there is no CCTV in the campus. Not a single CCTV camera is there in the campus. The main gate of Jadavpur University always remains open. Who enters, who left, who stays, no one knows. There must be some military intelligence. There must be some social intelligence. There must be some police intelligence, which are right now needed. That is what the BJP leaders are saying. BJP leaders are saying, if needed, central forces can be there if needed, CBI can be there if needed, Kolkata police can be there, but Jadavpur needs to be cleaned up. Jadavpur is in a mess. The students are very bright students. The academics is really wonderful in its position right now. But what about academics if the students are not alive, if the students are not there, if the students are victims of ragging, then the whole thing is pointless. That's what the political parties are saying right now, Ankit.
Mayuk, question that I want to ask you then subsequently is, what is the university saying? I believe also that the university has submitted a report. What does the university have to say? Because the deceased student had also complained about the ragging, had he not?
Well, Ankit, right now, the university is without a vice-chancellor. That's a different debate, that's a different coverage. Because for a long time, many of the universities in Bengal are without vice-chancellors, because the governor is saying that I cannot permit random selection of vice-chancellors in universities. On the other hand, state government is not going to budge, state government is not going to give details of the appointment of vice-chancellors. So it's a point of argument between the state and the Raj Bhavan. But right now, the whole of administration is being maintained by the registrar of the university, the dean of the students, the super of the hostels. So basically, they have been interrogated. They have been called by Raj Bhavan. The governor has called all three members of the administrative authority at Raj Bhavan, and they are going to be asked questions regarding what they were doing for this long to install a CCTV. And mind you that this installation of CCTV is actually a much needed thing, because that was basically ordered by the Calcutta High Court. Not installing CCTV is actually a contempt of court that is being done right now. And why the administration is allowing this contempt of court, not installing CCTV, not giving adequate security, not maintaining a register for visitors, not noting down car numbers which are entering the campus. Why is it so? This is what the governor might ask the administration when they will be going, when they will be reporting to Raj Bhavan, and when they will be going to meet the governor this evening. And right now, what we are finding is that they are under, they have been interrogated, they have been asked questions, and these questions are from the police sources. What we are finding is that police officers, top cops, are going to ask questions to the administrative staff, and they are going to answer questions because there are lacks which needs to be answered.
Right. Mayuk there, giving us, I think, in total a complete view of exactly what's happening in and around the Jadavpur University campus. There are students who are protesting for their deceased peer against ragging. There are two political parties, the TMC and the BJP, and there is also seemingly a vacuum in the university's top posts. They have been summoned by the governor as well. This is a developing situation, a very large protest over a very tragic incident. I thank Mayuk for joining us, viewers. We are tracking this closely from West Bengal.